Hey, and welcome to video 3. So I just wanted to show you quick, just sitting at the beach here. So pardon for the background noise. We're actually just at a restaurant here, and I'm kind of doing an impromptu trip tomorrow to Nicaragua. Had an opportunity to do a day tour there, so we're going to take that up and go on an adventure. So we're staying here in Tamarindo tonight. So I just wanted to show you here. And you probably will hear people walking by and things like that on the presentation. So just be aware. So here's the beach. I'm super burnt. I'm not even showing on the camera. So just wanted to say hello on the camera here, but let me dive into the presentation now. So this is the third pillar of traffic, where to send your traffic. So there's always a next. And, this is one of those things that I guess, for us is definitely something that's like a basic now. But I really see a lot of people still do this. So I see, Instagram accounts where there's no link. I see people miss the opportunity to put a link to somewhere whenever they post, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or there's always a next. There has to be always a next. There should never be a stopping point. So always use the space for a link across social media accounts, whether on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, anywhere. Use that spot for a link to send your traffic somewhere. Everything is linked like a web, and all roads lead to your brand and content. Think of it actually as a spider web, where your your prospect or your audience kind of gets stuck in this web where they can't get away from you. I know it sounds like really almost weird, but this is what you want to do. And there's so much power to re-exposure, and people actually miss that because most people won't actually buy up front. What they'll do is that they'll buy later on. And if you think of yourself as a buyer, how many times upon seeing the offer in the very beginning do you buy right away? Or do you have to think about it and do you take some time to buy it later? And knowing that most people, like 80 to 90% of people, are going to buy later on, this is why you always need that next in your marketing. Lead with value-based content and goodwill offers to keep your audience around. And kind of our primary method is, we build audiences on social media for ongoing engagement, and we also list build. What is list building? List building is when you actually have like a professional email marketing service. So we have used many different ones. We have different ones, but the one we really recommend that's kind of the simplest to start with is called Aweber. If you need a link for Aweber, I can get you a link for that. It's free for the first month, and it's $20 a month, and then it goes up as your list goes up. Or as your audience increases. And the way it works is that it's a professional email marketing service where you can automate, right? We're all about automation. Automate and scale this process of following up with your prospects, right? So we do that. We list build, and through our email list, we continue to offer valuable content, something called lead magnets. A lead magnet kind of sounds like that. You magnetize people to your list by offering them something, right? So normally when you see a capture page, when you put an email address in, there's always something that is being offered to you in exchange for your email address. And so as a marketer, you always want to think about that when you're asking people to take any kind of action, whether it's joining a Facebook group or putting an email into your capture page. You're always offering some form of value in exchange for that, because it is valuable for that person to give you their email. It's a valuable thing, right? And then you can continue to train and sell with purpose, right? There always has to be a purpose and an intention behind the content you provide. And obviously, whether you're selling a product or service, it has to be congruent to your audience, right? But remember this. Remember this web. Remember that you're building a web online. And what's going to happen is people are going to get to know you in different ways, right? So you can start off by building Instagram. There's so many people using Facebook, and it's not complicated. You can start with like just marketing on your Facebook profile if you want, or you can build out a Facebook fan page for business, or you can even start building out a Facebook group. But what you can do is you can link these. You can also start to list build. And if you have a blog, for example, or a site, you can also provide content that way. So your brand web. There is never a stopping point in your content. For example, Instagram can lead to your email list, where you have a capture page, you capture a person's email, they join your email newsletter, and now you have the ability to constantly re-expose and re-engage with that audience in an ongoing basis and provide them with value and also sell, right? And then that email list at the same time is going to go to a Facebook profile or fan page or group. And then that's going to lead to YouTube. And then that's going to lead to your blog or site. And that's going to lead back to your email list. And then that's going to lead back to social media. And it's like this ongoing, never-ending kind of thing. And it just never stops. It keeps going, and there's always a next. This way you have the ability to engage with your audience in different ways, on a social platform to a more personal email platform to, let's say, video if you're going to want to start doing videos, etc. There's never a stopping point, and there shouldn't be a stopping point in your marketing, because for that one person that hasn't bought yet, they still need to decide to buy. And so you don't want to, if people leave, they leave, then that's fine if they don't want the offer. But if people are in that phase where they're still not ready to be a buyer, but they may be in the future, this is why there has to be that next, because you want to be there in front of them when they are ready to buy. And through these mediums, you can present your offer. And so, side note, what you're really doing by providing a next is you're constantly re-exposing your audience to your offer, to your content, to your brand through what's called retargeting. You want to leverage this to the max. So again, you're creating this web, right? This web. And this web doesn't have to be complicated. We've been online for a few years, so we have quite a complex web, right? And we have people all the time saying to us, I saw you on Instagram and now I see you on Facebook and you're, I'm on your email list and like at all these different places, and Pinterest and Twitter and your blog and everywhere, right? And YouTube. But, you can start off with just a few places in the beginning, like just choose maybe 2 or 3, let's say Instagram, Facebook, and an email list, and then you can build from there, right? But always, and this doesn't have to be complicated marketing, it's just that you're kind of leading people into different avenues, because some people are going to engage with you more, let's say in a Facebook group, versus others may not even be on Facebook, and so they may engage with you more in an email list. And the best way that you can kind of maximize your exposure is by providing this kind of option of how people can engage with you. If you're restrictive in the way that they can engage with you, and they're not someone that maybe normally goes on Facebook because they are more prone to opening emails, and you don't leverage that, then you miss out on that audience, right? So conversions and monetization. What you're doing is you're building that rapport and that trust first, and then you sell, right? You don't ask normally unless it's like love at first sight, which is also sometimes what happens with a buyer. Don't ask them to marry you on first contact, right? And that's initially what happens when you ask someone to buy from you right away without giving them any kind of information or even wooing them. You need to woo your prospect, okay? And you woo them with value-based content, things that are important to them, in ways that you can help them. And then from there, it becomes a natural process of selling, because selling isn't, it's not about convincing someone to do something they don't want, being salesy and pushing sales onto people. At least that's not how we do it. What we do is we provide content and then kind of provide a bridge to our products and to our services in a way that makes sense, and in a way where we can continue to fulfill needs and what people actually are looking for and what they want. Right? Immediate selling can actually lead to some sales up front, but it also causes your audience to leave. It's almost like you're causing attrition with your audience if you continue to only sell and you're not leveraging this idea of creating that brand web online, right? Instead, show them something valuable first, then present your offer. And building communities is actually one of these really extremely effective ways of doing this, because multiple things happen. It builds your authority. It helps overcome objections automatically. Social proof is a driving factor for sales due to testimonials and an exclusive special environment. People want to be inside rather than left out. So even if some of you may be on our email list, our first email says, "Welcome to the family." It's this idea that even though the person isn't seeing other people, they have a sense of, I just joined a community through this email newsletter, right? It's because building communities is really, really effective, and you can create that kind of feeling for people that they're joining something really exclusive, and people don't want to be left out, right? So what is a sales funnel? So this is that point where, let's say you're putting a link up on Instagram and that link is leading into your email newsletter. what you're essentially creating is a sales funnel. A sales funnel is a process that takes your prospect through a series of steps to build rapport and ultimately sell your product or service to them. And the way we do this, a lot of it is actually automated. And that's how we create scalability in our business. That's how, we can go to the beach and still have our business running because we have certain processes in place. And this is stuff that we do teach in our Endless Summer Profits workshop, right? Kind of more in-depth and more specific strategies and principles behind this. But this is essentially what's happening. So here's an example of a funnel. And it's kind of funny because I created this account, Drumming Fever, on Instagram, like just a little while ago, because I'm using it as a live example. Because what I'm doing actually in Endless Summer Profits is I'm actually creating live examples from different kinds of niches so I can show how we actually do it. So I go live from creating a live Instagram account and how to get photos with no attribution, no copyright issues. And then also how to create a capture page, I do this live. How to create a thank you page, I do this live. And then there's an email list follow-up series that has the whole psychology of selling already built in, and you can just model what we do. So here's a live example, right? So let's say this account obviously is about drumming. Romeo's actually a drummer. He actually plays multiple instruments. But what he did was he grew up as a kid. He used to play pots and pans. And then as he grew up, he built out his own drum set. But he lived in an apartment at the time, and his obviously, having a drum set in an apartment building isn't the greatest thing. And so the neighbors used to complain. So what he did was he turned his drum set into an electronic drum set. And so this is like a skill that he developed, and he could teach people how to do that. So the idea is he could create a PDF tutorial, just like a step-by-step of, so this is the capture page. Here's a free step-by-step tutorial guide on how to turn your acoustic drums into electronic, noiseless, and computer-triggered drums, and finally stop annoying your neighbors, right? And it's like a little PDF download. This is what is called a lead magnet. And this is what you can create in your business. So you can think of something like it can be like a 10-step guide to so-and-so, or, this is how I did so-and-so. For example, for me, I love barefoot running and minimalist running, and I was a personal trainer and a running coach for a while. And I ended up running because I had like real back issues. And I ended up using those weird toe shoes, right? Those Vibram 5-finger toe shoes. And so I created a video on YouTube called, I forget the exact name of the video, but it's gotten over like 2,000 views now. And it's just a video about how to strengthen your feet. It was just a public video I did on YouTube, but I could easily take that video and turn it into a lead magnet where I just, create a little capture page and say, here's a step-by-step video on how you can strengthen your feet if you're wanting to shed those running shoes and become a minimalist runner. And then what happens is that lead magnet gets sent to the email list, right? So this is a real live example of a niche, right? And building out an account. And this one, it's a brand new account, already has 138 followers because I have some ninja strategies that I use that I teach in Endless Summer Profits. And, this is what we do. And so you're creating this kind of automation and at the same time providing your audience with that value, right, with a lead magnet. And then the selling process continues on through the emails. And then through the emails, you can continue to send people to Facebook, you can send them to YouTube, you can send them to your blog. And then the selling process, there's like a psychology behind a follow-up email sequence that actually takes your customer through this really like non-pitchy, non-salesy process where it's like a natural progression of selling different products. So this niche, for example, this would actually go on to sell some products off ClickBank that are associated with, electronic drums. And so also what we have actually, which I'll show you in a moment, is how to choose affiliate products and things like that in our Endless Summer Profits workshop if you're someone that doesn't have a product yet and you're kind of thinking of how to find one. So this is something we actually addressed because we did have a few people join that didn't have a business yet. And so affiliate marketing becomes a really awesome way to do that. So this is a live example of that. So we dive further into the exact principles and strategies of automating and scaling traffic to sales funnel creation, email list building, and conversions in our Endless Summer Profits program. Endless Summer Profits launched in January just this year, and we have been working with a small group of entrepreneurs online from all over the world, people that had just getting started online, to people that have even been in affiliate marketing or network marketing and are selling even physical products, some digital products, and then some people that are also in like coaching and providing their own programs, and kind of they can all use this information to build their business online, right? So some students are saying, for example, Kristen Parker, she says, just wanted to share that with what I've learned so far, I already have so much more clarity. I can totally see a difference in how I view the marketing process, promotion cycles, being much more aligned with my message, and having much greater clarity on my niches. Free flow writing is super helpful, and I've been optimizing my my Instagram accounts with tips learned in the traffic section. I feel confident that I'm building my business while honoring my core values and enjoying doing it. Thank you so much, Kat and Romeo. And Kristen's awesome. She's actually been working with us for about a year now, and she's built up a following of over 200,000 followers on Instagram. And what she's doing now is that, and I've actually seen like a direct shift in her marketing ever since joining even this workshop, where there was like a distinct shift because there's some modules that I do about core values and actually building a business you love and want to build. And it shifted in her business, and all of a sudden she started to get even more prospects interested. And she actually already has made a direct profit from being in the workshop, which is super awesome. But she's super humble, so it's really cool seeing her grow in the workshop this way. And Veronica Starr, what she says is, it's been such a journey of discovery for me. I've gained more and more clarity with each module. It's already expanded my thinking of what's possible for me in my business. Kat and Romeo really know how to connect the dots in a way that everything falls into place and makes sense. They have over-delivered on their promises once again, and I like that the content is to the point without all the fluff. I'm excited to see how much more knowledge and clarity this program is going to give me. I feel really good about where me and my business are headed. And Veronica's awesome. She's definitely an action taker, which is what is really important. This is an implementation program. And I love that she says, without all the fluff, if there's anything about Romeo and I, the people that we actually always talk to are our older selves. When we got started online, I just remember feeling so confused. And I know something like this program that we've built now, because we've had years of experience, it could have helped us so much more back then and just shortcut. Because what we do is there's tons of information online, and you could go down any path. And I can see so many people getting overwhelmed and confused. And so what we do is we give you a straight path. It's up to you to actually implement it and take action on it, and then continue to do it, right? Because it does work. But you don't have to second guess yourself. You can just keep going down this path. So what we're doing is we're actually reopening the cart now to the Endless Summer Profits Workshop. If you don't know what it is, it's actually an 8-week program, and kind of going through it really quickly here. We have a membership site, so you get access to a membership site here. We have week 1, which goes into Endless Authority Foundation, which is really about building that foundation in your business. Week 2 is really diving into avatars and how to sell anything to anyone formula, using our formula. Week 3 is how to create smart funnels, and we actually have some cool funnels we actually share specifically with this team. Week 4, emails that sell lots, with actual emails and templates that we use. Week 5 is everything traffic. It's actually a really intensive traffic week with over 10 modules just about Instagram with like lots of PDFs and spreadsheets and things like that. And then we're releasing our everything traffic about Facebook, which is also going to be fairly intensive. So this course does have an actual focus on traffic. And then week 7, videos and webinars, where we actually teach you our formula of how we sell with webinars, which is one of those automated ways of selling. And videos, and even if you're kind of nervous to get started with videos, I'm going to be sharing with you, how I got started, and scripts and things like that you can use. And then week 8 is like lifestyle business model design, which is an ongoing thing of, you have your everything set up, you have your traffic now running. What do you need to do on a daily basis to scale and create that momentum in your business? How do you continue to create that compound effect where you stay focused and you know what to do, whether you have an hour a day or 10 hours a day, whatever kind of person you are, whatever time you have, what can you use that time for, where it's the most effective thing you can focus on so your business continues to grow. This is kind of like what is called those income producing activities, not where you're busy, but where you're actually productive. So we go into that there. And some of our bonuses you actually get 1 year of membership access to our site. And we just keep making it, better and better. We keep adding more to it. People are actually telling us we're kind of crazy and ridiculous because we keep adding so much more to it. They're like, you could sell this in another course, but we want to make this as good as possible. And we actually also have a photography vault where you can actually use our images, photos that Romeo's taken. There's over 50 photos, and you can use them on sales pages and your own stuff. It's not copyrighted. It's free for you to use. We also provide a Rolodex of our outsourcers, resources, traffic sources, a bunch of stuff. We have an exclusive Facebook group. You also get access to 5 steps to your most compelling vision series, where I talk about mindset, which is super important. And then we have weekly live Q&As and case studies. So you can actually come on live every week, and you can bring your questions and get those answered on a Zoom with me. And then we have PDFs, checklists, spreadsheets, to-do list, access to our hypnotic email newsletter, and we're actually coming out with something called Endless Traffic Tsunami, and this is kind of like our inner circle that we're building here with Endless Summer Profits. So being part of this inner circle gives you first access to the cool stuff we're going to be releasing in the coming months. And so new bonuses. This is actually new things that we've added over the course of the last 3 weeks since the cart's been closed. We're actually going to also be doing a 15-minute welcome call when you join, so we can help you even laser focus down on what it is that is going to help you in this course and where you can focus. We've also added Super Affiliate Initiative, the Affiliate Marketing Basics. So this is if you don't have a product yet and you want to start doing affiliate marketing. We have a whole module series here where we explain how to do affiliate marketing, where to find affiliate products, and then live examples. Lead magnet creation with a done with you professional 3D cover. So there's actually going to be a lead magnet creation module, as well as Romeo is actually going to create a professional 3D cover for you for your lead magnet. We have live daily ongoing group chat. So not only do we have a Facebook group, but there's also a Facebook chat. So it's more of that live feel. You can ask questions there too. And access to our Facebook software, which I actually showed in video 2 for $1, valued at $4.97. We are doing a 30-minute strategy session at the week 4 stage, so we can help you to strategize on your funnel and get clear on that. And that's the point where Romeo is going to create that professional 3D cover for your lead magnet. Also adding YouTube Ranking Hero with our in-house video targeting software. I mean, can you believe, like, this is really crazy with the bonuses. This is why people are like, why are you adding all this stuff? This is crazy. But, I'll take it. And then, of course, you can check out the page, endlesssummerprofits.com, for a detailed outline of the course and all the bonuses there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this video series. I hope I can help you to focus and to create that momentum in your business, and just really, cut away all that overwhelm and focus on a traffic strategy. Choose your traffic strategy, then do your audience research, and then go out and, create that branded web for your prospects and continue to sell to them that way and monetize that way. And, if you've learned something new, I would love to know. Testimonials are the bread and butter of business. So side note for your business too. If you get testimonials for your business, that's something you definitely want to save. So, you guys can definitely help us out. We would love to get some testimonials from you, and we can feature you in our marketing as well, which will only send traffic back to you. So share with what you share with us below. And if you do actually want to get in on Endless Summer Profits workshop, it's reopening, and depending on when you're watching this, because this is being released now, but you may be watching it in a few months, and things may change. We actually have an early bird special for people, so you can check out the page and see if it's still available, and all the info will be there on the page. And I just wanted to thank you guys for watching, and hope you have an epic time, and as we say here in Costa Rica, Pura Vida, guys.